welcome to Pages of Faith, where we share a home of faith
and love. Yeah, that's right, and love.
In this video, we are rejoicing to share with you that it's our
1 year anniversary.
Yay!
You are my rising star, the end of my journey far, the herald of dawn to come, the promise of noonday sun. You're the way he has smiled at me, far beyond all I dared to dream. Maybe someday on the far side of eternity, I'll find the words to tell the treasure that you are to me, because of how you
God be the glory.
Amen.
deeper reality.
Yes. Yeah, myself and my wife, we would like to share our journey over this past year. We want to share a journey over the past year of marriage, what it has been like being married for the past year, and also to share some tips that I will share at the end. I'll share some tips about for a happy and a successful marriage. Because nowadays a lot of marriages are failing, and a lot of people aren't getting married because what's the point, right? It's gonna end up failing. Some people anticipate, they say it's probably gonna fail, so what's the point of getting married anyways? Might as well just have a boyfriend and just hang out, right? And then when we don't like each other anymore, then we just call it quits, right? But we want to share at the end of this some tips for a happy and a successful marriage, which obviously will depend upon you, the viewer, to hear of the counsels and the tips that we will give. But we want to start off by sharing. With you our journey over the last year. Just stuff. Just what it has been like. Just memories and different experiences that we've had over the past year. I'm gonna start off. My wife also, she will share. I'm gonna start off by saying that for the most part our marriage has been a blessing. It has been an absolute blessing for the most part. We have had moments where there were challenges. We've had moments like those, but the overwhelming majority of our marriage has been like an happily ever after movie. Maybe not crazy, but it's been very blessed. It's been very, very good. The majority of it, regardless of those few times, we could probably count them on our hands, right? On our fingers, right? Those few times where we've had challenges, and
It's not constant,
right. And even the times of challenges, we understand exactly what the problem is. That's where I will share the tips as well.
The problem is mostly
Overall, it's been very blessed. It's been a blessed one. And I want to share that when we met, I want to start off with when we first met. When we first met, I remember when I saw my wife's Facebook page before we met. And how we met was, I believe the Lord allowed us to cross paths.
because I wasn't looking.
Right.
You're not looking.
Yeah, I honestly I didn't know I was gonna marry a beautiful Filipina. You know, I didn't know that. I had no idea. You know, just I believe the Lord allowed us to cross paths, and the way we did that, I believe is a testimony that it was the Lord that had us cross paths. We met through our church's social media website. They said, as my wife said, she wasn't searching, and it was not a dating. It was just the church's Facebook page. It wasn't like any dating apps or anything like that. I personally, I'm not a dating app guy. So I wasn't like in any dating apps or anything like that. I was just on the church's Facebook page one night. I just decided, what, let me go on there and see what's going on, and see what's going on. It was a rest night for me, for us and everything. And that's when I first met my wife. That's when we first crossed paths. She didn't even know I just saw her profile. She commented on a post that the church made. And that's how I actually first, discovered her. It was through the post that she made. Anyhow, I reached out to her, asked her if she would like to, she would like to get to know me and be friends, and
You're so formal that time.
Yes, you gotta be a gentleman.
Yeah, you are a gentleman.
Yeah, not because, I met you there on the church's social media page, that means that I'm gonna, you have to, like for some men out there, yes, be a gentleman.
Even till now, you speak with gentle, in a formal, right? Delivering message.
Yeah, thank you. And so, after I met her, I sent her a message, and but before I did, I looked at her Facebook page, and I remember, I saw some good things on there, and then I saw some things that I was like, yeah,
It's a red flag.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if
I have red flags.
Right. And one of the things that I saw, and I told her, and I told her family too, she made a post on there about what?
About cheating.
About being hit by a car. Apparently she.
Like, I hope that I want to be like hit by a car.
Yeah. So she apparently wanted to be hit by a car at that time. I don't know what she was going through, but whatever it was, led her to put out a post there saying that she wanted to be hit by a car. And I saw it, I was like, what? I was like, what kind of person is this? I was like, want to be hit by a car? No, that's not good, But nevertheless, I saw a lot more good. Was there coins? Was there more coins? Hey! Latino, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where's my wallet?
How much you peanut?
20. Mami,
Nakay-cambio ng media. Sarah.
Buy two.
Ay, duha.
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you, blessings. Salamat. Yeah. Anyhow. Like a nice little break, like a nice little thing, gesture, Anyhow, so I know she's going to, and she made a post about it being hit by a car. And, but there were more positives than negatives on there, so
I choose to see the bright lights.
Right, so.
And the red flags.
Right, so I said, you know what, I'll just still reach out to her anyways. And I did.
Thank you.
Yeah, God be praised. And I sent her a message, and share your experience now. What happened? What were your reactions when you saw my message?
So when I saw someone is sending me a message request, I was like, oh, this is real. And I was like, oh, who's this? And you stated your interest. What's that, love? I mean, what's that, love? That time, I was so discouraged by the influence I am surrounded with. My world falls apart, and I was like, oh, what's wrong with this? I'm so unstable that time, that specific time. I wasn't looking for a husband or boyfriend because I don't have boyfriends since birth, and also in Christian world, there is no such boyfriend thing, boyfriend and girlfriend thing. And I was like, I am date to marry. Once a relationship is something lead to marriage.